What's up, everyone? I just wanted to do a quick video of my thoughts on the 1635 Sony GMaster lens that Sony sent to me. Yeah, it's a damn good lens. Quite heavy, quite expensive, and the autofocus is very fast, and really love the zoom capabilities of it because I'm very used to shooting primes, and so having the range from 1635 really comes in handy when you're shooting a wedding or an event where you need to be really close and tight, and you're tight. There are some things that I kind of want to mention for people who are kind of exploring this lens or trying to figure out whether or not it's something that they should buy. So let me go over the pros and cons of it that I found with my limited time with it. I had it for 2 weeks, and I've brought it to a wedding and a few personal events of my kids and family. So let's start with the pros, right? There's a lot. It's a lens that has really great range, the perfect range if you shoot wide very often. 16 to 35 is like basically all you need, especially if you're shooting with a second body, which I do. I love the ability to be able to focus and not have to change the lens. At 24 and 35 is like my sweet spot. So that range is perfect for me. So that's a pro. Another pro is that this lens is incredibly sharp. And I mean, I've been shooting 2.8 to like around 2.8 to 4.5 around there, and the images that I'm reviewing on that last wedding that I shot was like really sharp. So that's really great. Another great thing about this lens is that it focuses incredibly fast, and I'm finding that the focus I don't know if it's just me or if it's in my head, but it's focusing a little bit faster than my 35 Zeiss 35, just a tad bit faster. And what I noticed it's not a big difference, but a difference between this prime 35 Zeiss 35 1.4 and this zoom 1635 2.8 is that this GMaster lens, it locks on the focus a little bit longer, whereas this one, it tends to, when I'm shooting continuous autofocus, it'll lock, but then it'll find something more contrasty and it'll just jump to it, whereas this one kind of locks on for a little bit longer. So that really is huge improvement and a big difference for me. So those were the pros. Just real quick, the cons. I don't want to keep this. I don't want to make this video too long because my kid is hungry now. Probably should feed him. There are some cons to this lens. One is the weight. It is quite heavy, especially on this A9 body. It's super top heavy. I mean, any pro lens is actually quite heavy, but this feels way more balanced than this, and this is already unbalanced. So the weight is an issue. It's a zoom, so the glass is big, so it's to be expected. No biggie. Another issue, a big issue, is that when I was shooting the wedding on multiple occasions, the camera would lock up, so I would not be able to change my aperture or my shutter speed, or I couldn't change anything, and I couldn't even take a picture, but I can see what's on here, and I don't know if it's the lens, but when I changed out the lens to something else, it worked back to normal again. So apparently this is a problem that a few other people have experienced. So it's not isolated to me, I guess. I don't know what it is. It might be a firmware that needs to be updated, or I don't know, but that really is a big problem when it's locking up, because I really did miss a few great moments. Luckily I have a second shooter to back me up on that one. So that sucked really bad. And another thing, this lens, I don't know if it's I don't know if this hood is broken or what when they sent it to me, but this is kind of sucky because it keeps falling off. And then when I'm shooting, because it's kind of starting to fall off, kind of like halfway off, you can see when you're wide, you can see like a black blur around the edge. So the hood sucks. Actually, I'm finding that the hoods on all the Sony lenses are not very good at being locked in. I always tend to accidentally unlock it and it'll just drop. So that's another con. But yeah, other than that, even with all the cons, I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy this lens because it works amazing for reception photos when people are dancing and stuff like that. I love getting that super wide when I need to, and to be able to like get close. Especially when shooting an Indian wedding, when there's like a lot of all these Uncle Bobs like trying to surround you, trying to get their own shots, and you can't be behind them. You got to get really close and get into action. So yeah, I'm gonna end up getting this lens. So but that locking is a huge problem, and hopefully they will fix it with the firmware, or maybe I just have a bad copy. I don't know, but we'll see. If I end up having problems with the lens that I do buy, Sony, you're gonna hear from me. So yeah, hopefully that is helpful. If you have questions, let me know. Gotta feed my kid now. Hey.